कल्पना नहीं ज्वाइन कर रही क्या सुनीता जी?
कल्पना को सर कोई उसकी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो रहा था।
ओके।
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this evening's session of Friday Fleet, where it's the 59th episode. And today our speaker is talking about something that each one of us finds the need and the importance of it in our lives. But before I introduce the speaker, I would ask CA Poonam Pathak to just uh, share her thoughts and introduce the reason why we are all here, the essence of Friday Fleet and how we plan to take the community forward. Poonam?
Thank you so much, Sunita ji. And good evening, everyone. On behalf of Friday Fleet, an initiative dedicated to women empowerment along with female professionals, and this is our 59th episode. And in this is a community for the females. We are conducting knowledgeable sessions. Also, there is a hand holding. If anyone feeling like they want to share something, they need guidance, there are the seniors, mentors, they are available to hold their hand, guide them. And this initiative started in the guidance of Rajkumar Adukia sir, who is a guiding force for all the professionals here. They must agree. Whenever we ask for any guidance, he is always available. Uh, Also, today's topic, Gunjan, our speaker Gunjan Jainji is here. This topic is so much important in today's time, where somewhere due to digitalization, the social connection is not that much, and now we are not only talking about the IQ but also the EQ, how to manage the relationships in the family, at your workplace, and it becomes very important to understand each other's emotions and how to handle them, how to manage them. Also, our own emotions, how you can express them, and when to express. So understanding all those things becomes very important in today's area. So, sir, I request you to please share your thoughts on this.
Thank you, Poonam. Thank you, Sunita ji, for giving this opportunity. And good evening to Abha, Chavi, Gunjan, Silpa, Subhasri. I request person having Dell his name to rename, uh, do your first name so that later on Gunjan and others will know who is there. See, the today's topic is so important. All our energy, all our enthusiasm will depend on our emotions. I say two health, mental health and physical health. Both are interrelated. If our physical health is good, we will work on working and work on our mental decisions. If mental health is good, we will do exercise, have a physical health. There are three terminology: emotion, feeling, and thought. Emotion is the seed. So, suppose my wife becomes angry with me. Now the emotion will be, why she become angry with me, or if my son is not talking to me or becoming upset. So that is the first triggering point. Any activity, any event. Then I give a feeling to that, that, okay, in spite of all my effort, wife is not happy. So she's like that. Then I develop a thought, ki what I should do. Then it will bring a gap in relationship. तो मैंने मेरे दो तीन इंस्टेंस में शेयर करूंगा जो मैंने खुद फील किए। तो जैसे मैं सेंट्रल काउंसिल में लंबे समय रहा हूं, तो मेरी एक गोल थी कि मैं प्रेसिडेंट बनूं। तो जब वाइस प्रेसिडेंट का चुनाव होता था, उसके करीब 2 महीने तक मैं अपसेट रहता था चुनाव में नेगेटिव रिजल्ट आया तो जो बना वो तो मेरे से 5% ही है या 10% काबिल है। और तो ये अभी भी हुआ जब February 24 में VP इलेक्शन था, 12 फरवरी को होता है। फिर उसके बाद में जनरल इलेक्शन हुआ December 24 में। तो उसके भी 2 महीने, इस बार मैंने क्या किया, एक साइकोलॉजिस्ट से 8 सेशन लिए, वीक में एक सेशन। क्योंकि मतलब कोई चीज करने बैठ रहा हूँ उसमें मन नहीं लग रहा है, बिकॉज यू आर सो सैड। तो देर आर प्राइमरी इमोशंस, मैंने उसको 8 एक एक्रोनिम बनाया है, एस गधा, ASSHIDFS। सो एंगर, मैं ग्रुप में लिखता हूँ, एंगर, सैडनेस, सरप्राइज, हैप्पीनेस, इंटरेस्ट, डिस्गस्ट, और फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट, फियर एंड सेम। सो हम गिल्ट फील करते हैं या हम फील करते हैं कि उसने इंसल्ट कर दिया। जैसे इस बार जब चुनाव का रिजल्ट आया जनरल इलेक्शन का, तो मैं वेन्यू से ही, एक राम कथा कांदीवली में चल रही थी उत्तम अग्रवाल जी, और तो आई वेंट टू दैट। सो यू बिकम पब्लिक, सो यू आर नॉट फीलिंग शेमफुल कि यू लॉस्ट द इलेक्शन, and so that also brings out of sadness, people talk to you. तो मैंने, see what I request each one of you, those who are attending, decide कि we will be happy even if the sky fall down, whatever loss may happen, uh, others becomes unhappy, even the boss scold me, और कई टेक्निक्स जो मैं यूज करता हूँ, if I do not like anyone, I'll block the number. So the communication in some WhatsApp group where I have to be there mandatorily, if somebody puts a comment, I delete it immediately. So when I next time look at the WhatsApp group, that comment is not there. So we have to develop our own unique method to be happy, like in neuro linguistic programming also, अगर कोई गुस्सा कर रहा है, we can see the scene कि वो गुस्सा नहीं, वो हमें appreciate कर रहा है, like and there is a something called EFT, emotion freedom technique. There are some courses where we rub our hand, though I am sad but I choose to be happy, I am whole and complete. मतलब हम गूगल में उसको देख सकते हैं, there are these courses which are happening, they talk about that. Another solution what I have found out, to one, I have moved little time more to spirituality, maybe 3 hours a day. So if you do a little worship, puja, whoever God which you like, or read for 30 minutes Gita, in chapter 2 there is a concept called Sthit Pragya. Sthit Pragya means I am like Muni, I do not get affected by external factors. So this question is asked by Arjun to Krishna in 2.54, the shloka 54, and the answer is given in the shlokas 55 to 72. So there are 18 shloka which answers how to be sthit pragya. Then other things which we can do is develop a hobby, develop close friends. So if I feel something bad, I'll discuss with my friend, like my son did not talk to me, or I told him something good and he talked to me in such a manner. Like I sometimes speak to my wife ki next time I sometimes feel ki I should not talk to my son. So have another person with whom we can share, do a meditation. Or in the extreme case, there are secondary emotions like you feel frustrated, you feel depressed, you feel that there is nothing in the life, there is an anxiety, there is a guilt ki why I did, then it is a very serious matter. We must try to find out a solution to that. And that can be given, there is nothing wrong to going to an expert. Like I just gave an example, and because then that expert consults us, talks to us, because I was this election result, general election result. So I was having a guilt कि I did not campaign. Rajkumar Adukia losing the election will never happen. So there is somewhere there is a fault of Rajkumar Adukia. He did not campaign properly. He did not do certain things. So that consultant was engrossing with me. Is that election so important? Is that only thing in the world? So you get a solution for that. So what I will do, I'll stop here because I've seen the Gunjan's expertise and topic, and I offer, my services. I put an alarm where I should stop. So if somebody wants to discuss with me, they are most welcome whenever they feel, you should have one or two friends. So when you feel that there is a breakage of uh, emotion, some emotion has got developed, which is not a healthy emotion, the sadness or guilt or something, or you are at a crossroad, what to do next. So uh, the best way is, talk to a friend, and the friend should be such who should give a positive advice. अभी मैं बोलूंगा मेरी वाइफ से झगड़ा चल रहा है, तो फ्रेंड ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि डिवोर्स ले लो, झगड़ा ही खत्म हो जाएगा। नहीं, वो फ्रेंड ऐसा होना चाहिए, झगड़े तो होते रहते हैं, यू शुड डेवलप लव विथ योर वाइफ। या फ्रेंड ऐसा होना चाहिए जैसे उसको कुछ पता चले तो वो सामने से फोन करे कि मैंने ये नोटिस किया है, कैन आई असिस्ट यू? इफ द अदर पर्सन इज रेडी टू शेयर, यू assist that person. So I'll stop here and thank you, Sunita, for giving me this opportunity. And I think this objective of starting a Friday fleet is getting achieved. 59th है ना Poonam?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Mm.
So that
59.
means we have completed 1 year, 7 weeks.
Yes, yes, sir.
52 episode makes a year. Good. थैंक यू। शेफाली जी भी है, हम पहले काफी बातें करते थे।
हेलो सर, कैसे हो?
मैं बढ़िया हूँ।
गुड सर,
तो
गुड टू
आपने
सी यू।
लड़का ढूंढा कि नहीं अभी तक?
ये पूनम ने ढूंढ के नहीं दिया ना मुझे।
चलो अपन बात करते हैं, अलग से बात करते
श्योर
हैं।
श्योर श्योर श्योर।
थैंक यू। आई विल स्टॉप हियर।
Thank you so much, CA Adukya sir, for your kind words and the direction that you've shown us. Before I give the virtual stage to our speaker for the day, let me just share a few brief introduction about her. So, today's speaker, Ms. CA Gunjan Jain, is a dynamic professional who seamlessly blends the world of finance and personal development. So, Gunjan is a chartered accountant with over 7 years of experience in the audit domain. So, I'll just begin again. Gunjan is a chartered accountant with over 7 years of experience in the audit domain with leading firms like PwC and KPMG. She currently serves as a partner at Vijay Garg and Associates, a CA firm based in Jaipur. Gunjan is also a certified soft skills trainer from ICPI and a NABET certified trainer, bringing with her a unique ability to empower individuals through communication, emotional intelligence, leadership, and relationship building. She is the founder of Skillcraft with Gunjan, a platform dedicated to equipping students and professionals with soft skills needed to thrive in today's competitive world. Gunjan has conducted high impact training sessions for marketing agencies, for creative businesses, and schools, covering everything from public speaking, time management, and various other soft skills for clients, as well as trainings related with social etiquette. Beyond her professional role, she is a mentor with Catalyst NGO, an active member of the Women's Empowerment Foundation, and a content creator. who simplifies finance and blends it with soft skills through her Insta handle @skillcraft with Gunjan. So without much ado, let's just give the floor to CA Gunjan Jain. Gunjan, please, the
Thanks
stage is
a
yours.
lot, Sunita. Thanks a lot, Sunita, for your wonderful introduction about me. Now I have the responsibility to prove myself during this session that I am justifying what is being introduced in as my profile. And welcome all of you that you all are here to attend this session. Before presenting the PPT, I have some questions for you. Like, why, as Rajkumar sir already mentioned, but just reiterate the question, why we all think that emotional intelligence is very important now? The reason, like, when we were so young, we were into academics, we were like, behave or something, but emotional intelligence is something is like not being taught to us in since beginning or through our family or from school. So now, but we are talking about so much about emotional intelligence. So anybody has any idea why we are so much into emotional intelligence in nowadays, or what are the expectation from this session or from emotional intelligence, that what we are going to learn? If anybody wants to share anything, whatever you want to, like, related to this.
As now, people are not that social connective also, and both the parents are working, so sometimes the kids don't have anybody at home, and they don't have siblings as well. At the earlier time, we used to have neighbors, siblings, relatives, so that human connection is not that much.
Thanks, Poonam, for bringing this out. And exactly what I was thinking, that thanks for like matching the energy with the question and the answer. Because we nowadays we don't have someone where we can burst out our emotions. We can freely express ourselves as what I am feeling right now. I have no, maybe less people, or maybe no one where I can express myself the way I am. And that is a baggage in our mind, in our heart, and that one day it burst out. So someone on a very wrong timing, and the whole picture is converted into a nightmare. So that's why we are talking so much about emotional intelligence nowadays, and making ourselves intelligent, or like intelligent about the emotions. How so? And we cannot say that we can escape ourselves with the emotions. Like, we as a human, if somebody say that I have no emotions, I am not an emotional person, so that's a big lie. Because we human beings are filled with emotions. We can, if we don't have emotions, we are not humans. So without wasting much time, I am sharing my PPT and will give you more insight about the topic. And let me know if you all are able to see the PPT. Are you able to see the PPT?
It's showing that yes, now we can see it.
So our topic is the building emotional intelligence for effective leadership. So here we are exploring the power of emotional intelligence and how we can transform it to our leadership journey. So before moving to the how we can do it, so these are some emotional moments with one or two moments in the life of being a CA, being a CA in practice or job, or in any corporate job, like unheard in discussions. We feel that we are not unheard. Regretted quick decisions or reactions. Sometimes we reacted so much that we regretted it later. And crucial to handle the workplace situation. So these are the things which we are like having every day in our personal and professional life, and that's where we are required more and more emotional intelligence or handling the emotions. We can handle it, we can control it, but we cannot say that I have no emotions. If somebody is unheard in discussion and say, I don't mind, I don't care, so that's a big lie. We do care, but the way you respond to the situation which is not in your favor, that's make us emotionally intelligent person. So these are the emotional intelligence quiz. Assuming that you are reading this, like I have felt overwhelmed managing client, team, and home. I have hesitated giving feedback to avoid being misunderstood. I feel guilty saying no to clients, team, family. I have suppressed my emotions to appear strong. So these are the questions. Have you ever feel out of all these four, one, two, or all four? You can write in chat box or just unmute yourself and say yes, no.
Yes.
Anybody else?
Yes.
So congratulations. If you say yes, that means you are human. You have some emotions, and that's why your emotion needs some guidance, some techniques to control and manage and use them at the right place. Thanks so much if you say yes. So now we understand what is emotional intelligence. I know that, or I believe that you already have some sessions in Friday Fleet or any other platform about what is emotional intelligence and something. So this is not a core. Emotional intelligence is not a new topic, but there are so many emotions, so many situations. So handling and technique might be different for the different places. Like for personal is different, for workplace is different, and that's why we are focusing today on the workplace part. What is emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, manage, and use our emotion for better decisions. So we are not saying that we don't have the emotions to use them, but using the emotions at the right time at the right platform give us the good problem, becoming a problem solver, becoming better decision maker, or it's a crucial to manage our workplace as well. So it's not, anger is not bad, sadness is not bad, being so happy is not bad, but sometimes too much or too low creates a hindrances, create a difference, or that's where our emotions are like, up and down between the emotions, and that's where we are not able to take the better decisions. Because what really matters for success, character, happiness, and lifelong achievement is the definite set of emotional skills. And one of the best author, what I when I research about emotional intelligence, I use the author Daniel Goleman book, the author of the book Emotional Intelligence, and he said very simple line which stuck with my heart, that we human beings have heart and mind. Everyone has heart and mind, but when heart and mind sync together, that's where our real success begins. This is what written in his book, The Emotional Intelligence. And this means that we cannot take all the decision from heart or from mind. When we blend together, that's where we become successful, and that's where we need the edge of emotional intelligence or emotional quotient, not just IQ. That means intelligent quotient. And he has given the whole world a theory, a 5 model theory. Sunita, I'm just pause and ask you if there is any questions in the chat, or if anybody wants to ask any question in between, then I'm happy to take any question rather
There's
than.
no question in the chat as yet, but yeah, in case, so you're open to taking questions in between, or do you want to take it after the session is over?
Yeah, I can
Your
take it.
share. Okay.
If
Any
anybody.
questions?
Okay. So shall I move on?
Yes, please.
Okay. So Daniel Goleman gave the whole world a model, if we understand that model, then we automatically somehow become emotionally intelligent, or at least know how to manage and how to control our emotions, and why it is necessary being at the effective leadership at workplace. So there are 5 models: are self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. These 5 terminologies are not very unaware terms. We all are very familiar with all these words. We have heard somewhere or down the line about self-awareness, motivation, and but how we can use them in emotional intelligence. That's what we taken from the. I have taken this thing from the author's book, Emotional Intelligence. And the number one is self-awareness. So what is self-awareness? Self-awareness is like aware about ourselves. Simple. But the most difficult in emotions. So, for example, if an article is not, for example, you are into a CA firm, you are a partner of a CA firm, and you have some articles under you. Some articles are performing good, 1 or 2 articles, every time they are not performing well, and you frustrated or you scold them that why you are not performing. So every time you did this, every time you are always there that and have lame excuses and everything. But without realizing that, first we can ask them that what's the issue or what's the challenge they are facing, rather than to just react or assuming the situations that they are not worth it. Have we ever asked them that what are the challenges that repeatedly you are doing some same repeated mistake? So that time we understand that the problem is not in the mistake, the problem is in the conversation. The problem is in that we have some baggage in our mind that we burst out in front of our juniors or seniors or anybody who did mistake, and without realizing that, first we have to aware about ourselves that am I really anger on the same task, or I have anger baggage in my mind and I put that anger baggage in front of my article or anyone else. So that's where, when we realize our feelings, self-awareness, then that will help us to make our workplace effective and make us a leader, because we all are already a leader, but to effective leader at workplace, so that problem solving is at place, good decision maker, the environment, the influencing power, everything is to be at right place.
I have a question,
Yes, yes.
Gunjan, may I? So,
Yeah.
we are all aware that in the official corporate scenarios, there's a lot of stress that is associated in the work, domain. So, what are the strategies that one could use to handle that stress and be calm, while you're actually being emotionally intelligent? So, what strategies could you actually practically use to handle?
Yeah. Thanks, Sunita. This is very real life scenario question. Thanks for asking. So here, see, stress is attached to with us. The day we born, we was having some stress, because the child has different level of stress. The adult has different level of stress, and the corporate professional is different level of stress. So we cannot say that to, okay, understand emotional intelligence and you will become stress free. So this cannot be happen due some situations where there's a deadline or some workload, we have stress. But what we can do with the strategies we are using, that we accept that yes, there is a stress. Number one, the acceptance. Number two is that we will have a plan. See, if I ask myself, I don't want to take stress, this is so stressful situation, then we cannot escape or we cannot manage the stress. But when we accept, see, if we are in a team, see, we have stress, we have a deadline. Now we have to see that how we can reduce our stress, or how we can work as a team or as an individual, so that we can less the load of the deadlines and try to cover the work or try to complete the work before deadline. Number one is the acceptance. Second, the acceptance of ourselves, that why I'm stressed. Maybe the work, or maybe I'm not able to understand the work, or I have more work. So ask for the help, ask for some support from the seniors. See, I have more work and I feel very stressed and I'm not able to complete. If there is anyone from the team or from the other team and with who can help us to overcome these deadline situations, so we can ask for the help as well. So these two main strategies during the stressful situations, especially when we are in CA form, have deadlines every quarterly deadlines, yearly deadlines, half yearly deadlines, or even corporate also. If we are into taxation, audit, everywhere there's a stress, there's a deadline, and there's a time foundation to complete the work. So asking for help and accept. When you accept, see what happened. It's not just by saying, but when you really accept that yes, this is a stressful situation, you won't believe that how your mind automatically adjust and automatically think that okay, this is a normal situation. Stress is a normal situation, and when your mind accept this situation, you automatically feel like okay, this is a normal day. This is not a very hectic or high day. This is a normal day. Everyone has the same thing. Everyone has to face this, and I can also be in the part of this everyone's situation, so I can also face this. Am I answer your question?
Yes. And Ava mentions that the major problem is ego. Yeah, that is also there. Ego plays a part in adding on to the stress that we all face.
The answer to Abha's questions, okay, I just remember one of the CA student asked me that what if I understand emotional intelligence, I am good at emotional intelligence, but what about my senior? He didn't know emotions, he didn't understand the emotions, so what should I do? And that's where the ego comes in. That's where the rigid attitude comes in. So what we can do in that situation? See, we cannot change them, but we just try to change the strategy of our work. See, if he or she has ego, or the seniors, juniors have ego, why? How we can use them? Like if there's a junior who has ego, so how we can use them? Maybe if he or she has ego for one particular task, try to give them the other task rather than to task in which they have think that oh, we are the boss, we know everything. Okay, switch the task. Or if your senior has ego, then you cannot say directly to in front of them that okay, you have an ego problem that create a stress on me, right? We cannot say these things to our seniors. But what we can do is, like, if we understand okay, this is the ego problem, we try to switch the approach. Approach switching means that if we understand okay, the problem with ego is with this line or with my this behavior, so I rather than to keep myself little bit in pause situation, rather than to I react on the situations whenever the person is shouting at me, or the person is like giving so much of work to me because of the, and the person is not able to understand my situation, then rather than to directly say that because of this, because of that, we just switch the approach. Abha, am I answer your question, or she mentioned in the chat? Sunita, can we I move on or wait
Yes,
for
yes, yes, please. Please do. In case anyone has any questions, they'll just raise their
Okay,
hands or write it in the chat.
thanks. Self-regulation. So, as I discussed this earlier as well, so we cannot say that we don't have emotions, but we can control our emotions and manage our emotions. So, those who can control our emotions. So, later on, after these 5 model, I will give you the cheat sheet as well. Cheat sheet means that how we can do all these things. So, there is just an overview: what is self-awareness, what is self-regulation, and the third one is motivation. What is motivation? Means being honest about your feelings and others. What does it mean? That yes, acceptance. Yes, I am having a stressful situation. There is a deadline. If I crib about this deadline, okay, yaar, deadline aa gayi hai, there's a deadline. Every time there's a deadline, I'm stressed, there's a deadline. Then you cannot do your best during that deadline phase. But if you accept that, okay, every quarterly there is a deadline and we have to perform in certain way, okay, do my best, then let's see whatever the results be, then automatically your level of stress reduces. But we human beings usually forget to accept the things as they are, because we want the situation to should be as per our choice, as per our desire. But every time or most of the time, the situation is not as per our desire or our wants, and that's why we burst out our emotions in fear, in sad, in nervousness, in anger, or underconfidence. Then there's the empathy, ability to feel with people. So this is the major problem, major challenge. No, this means that you have to put your feet into someone else's shoes. And this is what we are lacking. We think that, okay, I want the report should be in this way, but I didn't understand why the person is not performing the way I want. Maybe there are some emotional baggage, maybe there is something, maybe personal affection, maybe he or she is not able to understand my communication or the language, or maybe I need to use some simple words or anything, right? So that's where start from a communication gap to emotional emo- weakness. Emotional weakness leads to burst anger burst, fear, and the conflict situation. Then comes to social skill. And this is very important for leadership. So social skill means leadership. Why social skill is important? So when we are working in a corporate or in a CA firm, we are a partner. So we are creating an environment for our seniors and juniors. And apart from your professional work, when we are gelling up with them in a social circle and little bit develop a personal relations as well, that will help you to give them directions. And believe me, they will follow your direction when they feel comfortable in the personal setting as well. Because what happened that especially CA firms, I worked in CA firm, I worked in PwC and KPMG. The difference is not like the pay scale or the environment; those are there, but the major difference is the trust factor. Like in CA firm, we usually, and I was working in a very good CA firm at Delhi NCR. I started my career from a CA firm, very good work. But the thing is that we usually involved ourselves too much into work that we didn't realize the personal space of the of our employees. And that's where the connection is missing. And being a leader, being a partner of a firm, we should maintain create a relationship beyond professionalism, in terms of that get together, in terms of understanding the personal background, so that we understand why the person is behaving like this, why the person is not attending or not listening, so that we can give them that advice that leads to our professional success. And that is important for us as a leader of the corporate world, as a leader of our own work. Now the thing is that why it's crucial for chartered accountant. Sorry for the mistake that it's written chartered accountant. So it's chartered accountants. Why we need this? Client and team dynamics, as we already explained about some examples of the client and team work. Stand out professionally. Now CAs are not only known for technical skills, not only known for this taxation and audit. We are way beyond maintaining relationship, business opportunities, networking, social skills, emotional intelligence, communication, public speaking, content creator, and so on.
May I
Enhance,
interrupt you, Kunjan? Sorry.
yeah, yeah.
So there are two questions over here. CA Kavita wants to know what to do in case our seniors give us more work due to inefficiency of our colleagues. How do we deny to them if we are already overburdened with our own work? And there's one more question. So once you've taken this, we'll go to the next question.
Kavita,
From Abha.
this is a very real situation, Kavita. What we can do to seniors, we can communicate clearly to the seniors that thank you so much for giving me that kind of work. Say affirmation words. The affirmation works best when you want to say no to anything. What affirmation means? The positive response. So how you can respond? Say, hello, hi senior, whatever the name is. Thank you so much for giving me so much of work. That means I'm very efficient worker of this workplace. I'm very grateful that I have this work. But I just want to give you a clear timelines that I have already have these kind of work, and I want to dedicate myself very effectively to complete this work with no errors, no mistake. So I plan my day or my week with this kind of work. If there is add-on work, I try my level best to do these work as well, but I cannot commit that I will give my 100% to that work as well, because I'm already overwhelmed with this work. If you allow me to do, if there is any mistake in those works, so please pardon me, please, but this is my priority. I first focus on whatever work is being given to me earlier. First, I'll try to complete this, and then see if you use these kind of. I'm not saying that you just copy paste this what I have said right now, but if you use these kind of words, a positive affirmation, then the senior must think that we should change the approach, or if in any case there is anything which is not up to the mark, up to their expectation, they were very well aware that you have no issues. It's not the problem with you, it's problem with the so much overwhelmed work for a one person to cater everything effectively and efficiently. Am I able to answer your question, Kavita?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Yeah, Sunita, you said one more question.
Yeah, there's one more question from Abha. She wants you to dwell further into what is self-regulation.
Okay, definitely. Abha, if you allow me to complete this in the next slide, I believe that you will be able to understand this self-regulation.
Okay.
Thank you. So we discussed that it is important for being a chartered accountant, being client and team dynamics, stand out professionally. As we mentioned, there are many more platforms for chartered accountant, not only technical one, but other ones as well. And enhance leadership, which we are here to it makes you a better communicator. As we mentioned, that how to say no to your seniors make us a better communicator, that how affirmatively or positively you can respond to the situation, rather than to, oh my god sir, aapne mujhe itna sara kaam de diya, I am already overwhelmed with the work and how can I manage, mere se to nahi hoga sir. See, this response versus a better communicator response, like affirmatively, clearly set your priorities, your directions, rather than to say strictly no or just being feel stressed. Oh my God, I have so much of work. How can I do? How I will manage? Oh, मेरे पास तो इतना time नहीं है. फिर वो मुझे डांटेंगे. फिर ये होगा, वो होगा, and so on. Right? Strong leader and calm problem solver. Like say no to your seniors. One is you can react, one is you can solve your problem in a calm manner. So this is how it's important for all of us, professionally, personally, and I believe, or I would say that it's when I was doing a summer camp for students, like not students, like kids 10 to 15 years of age, I realized that I should do more and more like this and focusing on emotional intelligence. And I got I can say, a lead from one of the parent that please do some counseling for my children because there are so much anger issues, they don't want to listen to us, they have anger issues, and we were wondered that how they will take their life ahead. And I'm going to do a counseling session for them after some weeks. We have planned that. But this is how the real problem starts from the beginning, where nobody talks about when we were so young. And this make us a nature, sometimes a nature, like some has some anger nature, some has some, impatient nature, and so on. So lead with connection, handle criticism gracefully, and resolve conflicts and motivate your team under pressure is the job of a leader. And when you yourself is calm and composed and have better communication, everything, then you can motivate your team as well and make your workplace effective. Now, as whatever we have discussed earlier, the model, 5 model, here are the steps which we can use and make that model work for you, for us. First, recognize your emotion. As Kavita mentioned a question that whenever there is a seniors giving so much overwhelming work, somehow Kavita always wondered that sometimes like a stressful phase. Oh my God, why he or she is giving me so much of work? मैं कैसे करूँ ये काम? This is a reaction. So you recognize your emotion that you were feeling stressed. This is your emotion. You recognized it, but don't react it. First, recognize your emotion that it's an anger emotion or it's a stress emotion. See, there is no harm when you say that yes, I have anger. I am feeling angry. There is no harm to say it. When you say it, yes, I am feeling angry, automatically your level of anger automatically reduces because you already give instructions to your mind that you are feeling anger. Now you can do, maybe you can say some words which is not comfortable for others or something. So your mind automatically push you down that don't say those words. So acceptance and recognize your emotions when you feel so. So in this situation, I'm taking Kavita, your example, that you feel stress. General weekly. Now what how to practice? You can reflect like for a week. If you want to master emotional intelligence, for a week, you just write down whenever you feel anger, stress, or some nervousness situation. This situation, when my seniors ask more work, I feel stress. This situation, when my seniors has some ego or my juniors has some ego, this I feel, write down. And sometimes you feel overwhelmed. Just for example, when I got to know that I was invited as a speaker in a Friday fleet, I was so overwhelmed. I wrote it down. I was feeling overwhelmed. Oh, I got this opportunity, but I cannot express that opportunity. Okay, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I was so excited and I was so overwhelmed. Oh my God, I cannot express that thing in front of this platform. So I manage my emotions not to show that overwhelming, overexciting, or overconfident thing here, right? Maybe inside me, I was nervous, but I cannot show that. But I can write it down so that I can tone it down. Seek feedback. So, feedback, whenever there's a session, feedback is important. So, whenever you are for example, there's a situation, so you conversate, having a conversation in a situation, maybe sometimes it's a stressful situation, Angus, please ask feedback that if the third person is listening you, hearing your situations or something, whenever you are discussing something, please ask for the feedback कि मैंने ज्यादा तो नहीं हो गया, मैं बहुत ज्यादा नाराज थी क्या, या एवज मैं बहुत गुस्से में दिख रही थी क्या, या मैं गुस्से में दिख रहा था, या I was so stressed, like my face expression was like that, I was looking very stressed or something. जब आपको कोई feedback देता है, when somebody give you the feedback ना, your self awareness, as we talk about self regulation and self awareness, so self awareness यहाँ पे आती है, and self regulation is recognizing your emotion. अब here you can figuring out your answer that what is self regulation. Self regulation is like you self regulate your emotions. That means you're self controlling or managing your emotion by knowing your emotion. Practice empathy. Now, practice empathy is like our fourth model, empathy. When we realize ki this situation can happen with the others as well, or that situation may be with me as well. Like, for example, the person is not performing well. Maybe, what if I was an article and I was not having a good morning, and I came to my um, office in an articleship office, and somebody put so much of work on me, so how I would feel, how did I feel that time, how do I react at that point of time? Maybe then I will be able to understand the art my article situation or my senior situations or anyone else situation. And it's applicable on the in the personal situations, being husband, wife, siblings, and mother-in-law, father-in-law, mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, and so on, right? So I have a very good example here, if you allow me. So sometimes it happened that I'm married and I have very good conversations with my mother-in-law, and sometimes what happened that she used to use some rhetorical phrases or rhetorical past incidents with her mother-in-law. So what she was doing that thing with me, but I'm not doing this thing with my daughter-in-law. So what she did, because she experienced some bad incident with her mother-in-law, she empathized with her daughter-in-law, that what I felt at that point of time, why so that what I felt at that point of time when my mother-in-law was not good with me, what my daughter-in-law will feel about me. So I'm not going to replicate at the exact situations or exact my the behavior with my daughter-in-law. So that's a very good example of the empathy I experienced in my real life, when my mother-in-law used to share the experience of her some bad experience, some good as well, but some bad experience with her mother-in-law, and try to avoid the same with me or my sister-in-law. So that's how you can practice sympathy, that without judging, try to understand. She understand very well that this what I felt, the same will be felt by my daughter-in-law, so I'm not going to repeat the situation. And the fifth one is listening skills. See, this is important in communication, public speaking, in your workplace, in your effective leadership, and everywhere. We all know this. So, listening skill, the best example with a husband and wife, between a boss and a client, between a senior and a junior. We assume that we know everything why the person is giving us instructions, or vice versa. Especially in a personal space, in a husband-wife relationship, husband think that he's right, wife think that she is right, and the conflict begin without listening to each other, that the person is telling that yes, you are right, but we assume that he or she is not going to tell any good words about us, and we are not listening to each other, and we interrupt with the fight or anything else. And when we sit down and after some time we realize that we both are telling good things, or we both are saying right things, but because of this poor listening skill we ended up with fighting. And the same applies to client and boss, or client or junior and senior. And this is an activity for all. So the my PPT is almost done. I have covered whatever I want to cover in this short span of time. I hope I covered good, valuable lessons and valuable things. So this is an activity for all of you, and an interactive session that takes 30 seconds. Close your eyes and recall a time when someone angered you. Was it anger, or you feel ignored, unheard, or hurt? What does it mean? Sometimes, or most of the time, we are not actually angry with the other person, but because we are feeling ignored, unheard because of the poor listening skills, or hurt because of the somebody says some harsh words to us which hurt us, and we show anger to all these situations. So if anybody wants to share anything, or what you actually did or what you were supposed to do in that situation, maybe in your personal space, professional space, or anything. And here are the techniques like which you can use to manage your that emotional situation. Anyone has anything? You can use your personal. I'm sure that there are so many incidents every day. There are so many things where we want to show our anger, or we feel ignored, unheard, unheard, especially in for females. Not right current situation, sometime maybe your past situation or anything. Sorry. No? Okay.
So if I talk about, I can't recollect anything in my professional scenario as such, but I do recollect about my, you know, my anger being targeted towards my teenage daughter. And if I uh, introspect, I do think that yeah, it is coming. The anger is coming to the fact that I am being not listened to, or I've not been heard when I want her to give the attention to what I'm trying to teach or inculcate in her. So yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing this personal space, Sunita. Exactly, we all are feeling like this, these things like I have a 2.5 years old baby. He is, everybody says कि वो तो इतना छोटा है, how he will understand your things. But being a mother, every time I was like कि, please understand, please understand. 5 times I say in a very positive affirmation words, please understand, or try to tweak the words, not in please understand, like whatever language he understand, or I think that he understand. And the sixth one, little bit voice raised, and the seventh time it's raised, and then eighth time it's toned down. Because sooner I realized, because I practice these things, that's why I sixth or seventh time I was also into the same space. Ki why you are ignored me? The 2.5 years old, I felt that he ignored me, he unheard, or because of that I'm not feeling hurt but feeling unheard. So I and sometimes we have a baggage in our mind of work or any other things, and I was like why he never listened to me. And then eighth time I realized, okay, Gunjan, he is a child, so please leave it. And that's why this pause button works for me, that I took a if seven, after seventh, I took a 5-second pause and breathe and think like, okay, he's a child. Leave it.
So
No, okay, leave
Kavita
it.
had the same question that I had raised right now. That I shared my hope. Kavita has a question: what should we do in case someone doesn't listen to us? Our own child doesn't listen to when we want to convey something really important, some important message that we want to share with them. How to deal with such set situation? So I think you've just answered the question. Uh, we already also have a question from Mansi. Uh, so before I ask Mansi's question, Kavita, you agree that Gunjan has just addressed the concerns that you have raised, right?
Ma'am, please, I have 2 kids, 2 daughters. This 7 is 10 years old. But sometimes my younger one agrees to what I say, but my elder one doesn't listen to me. Like she's like ignoring me. I have to really convey her some message. What do I do with that? I just get angry.
Okay.
It's
Kavita,
like this.
correct me if
How
I.
to convince her?
So you're not
Sorry.
very clear, Kavita. We can't, understand what you're saying.
Kavita, correct me if I understand in bits and pieces, that you are asking that your younger one or maybe the elder one is ignoring your words, or you try to give him or her a good lessons or good things, but he or she is trying to ignore and know, but not want to listen what you are saying. Is it something you want to ask
Yes,
if I'm
yes, correct. This is the question. How
okay.
do I convince them? If I want to convince them, something what come them.
So see, this is something I just remember a very old saying. If I'm sure that we all heard this thing in our childhood as well, कि जो चिढ़ता है उसे बहुत चिढ़ाते हैं, जो इग्नोर फील करता है उसे सबसे ज्यादा इग्नोर फील करवाया जाता है, जो गुस्सा करता है उसे बहुत ज्यादा your friends or family try to um, tease that person so that the person show anger or something. I'm sure that we all heard these things that in our childhood or in some way other. Am I right? So what happened that our children, especially the age of 7 to 15, I would say, because I recently handled those kind of uh, children in my camp. So they don't want to listen their parents, and that's true. It's a hard reality, but it's true. Why? Because they feel that our parents are only to give instructions. They don't love us. This is that what their feeling is, and this is what exactly their feelings. I've read these things in some books as well. When I'm cater those children, they listen me like they are like their parents responses to me is like ma'am, she was not listening me, but she said that I listened what ma'am said and I did what ma'am said, and she performed the way I want to, but they're not able to, they don't want to listen to their parents. So this is a hard reality and we have to accept that reality ki it's okay, but try to find out a person in your surrounding, like maybe your sister, your mother-in-law, father-in-law, your husband, or anyone relative or school teacher, the to whom she or he is like looking forward to, or listen their words, or they understand them.
ये जो
So
closing balance
if you do this, so for example, see Kavita, maybe your daughter or your son is not listening to you, but they listen to their bua or masi or chacha or any teacher. So convey your message through them, and you just focus on the good parts, that not instructing, just give a storytelling attitude, like not giving them the instruction, okay, do this, do this, do this. That will definitely stop them and they you feel ignored. So try to tweak your message in a way that it's not a instruction, it's not a moral thing, it's not a good habits or bad habits, okay, please don't do this and this will help you. They don't understand do or don'ts. That's a hard reality, and it's not with my 2.5 years, it's still 15, 16, and after that they are not able to listen to us at all. So we can, but we as a parents cannot ignore these things. Okay, ये मेरी नहीं सुन रहा तो okay. We can, because we are the best advisors for them. But somehow they are not able to understand. So we just try to change your method or convey your message for the through the person to whom they listen the most. And I'm sure they somehow listen the most from your family or from teachers or from tuition teachers or anybody, maybe their sports teacher. Sometimes it happens that children maybe like sports, badminton, they listen everything from that instructor, but they don't want to listen anything else the same line from the other person. This is true. So this is normal. So first you have to accept that if your children are not listening to you, that it's normal. You are in a normal space because every parents face the same. So try to find out whom they listen the most and convey your message through them. Am I answer your question, Kavita?
So we have another question.
Yeah, I have one question.
Yes, Ava, please.
Yeah, I have one question. I have two daughters. One is in uh, US, another is in Bangalore. And nowadays she has stopped talking to me. And she said, like, you always prioritize your elder daughter.
Okay.
What is the
So
solution for this? And I'm not able to handle this situation. And I always treat both of them equal.
okay. Okay. So you said that can you share the age of your children if you can?
Yeah. The like younger daughter to whom I'm talking about, she's 27 now, 26.
Okay.
She's working.
Okay. Yes.
So now, what is the solution? Should I wait for some time, or what should
So
I do
young,
now?
so your younger one stays in Bangalore, right?
Yeah,
And your elder one is age?
US. Yeah, she's 30.
Okay. And you said that your younger one is not listening to you, but your elder one listening to you. Something like that?
Yeah, elder one she talks, but younger one doesn't talk to me.
Okay. So has she talked with your husband or anybody else from your family?
No.
Okay. So,
After breakup, she has stopped talking to everyone now.
okay, okay, got it. So this is a very different situation altogether.
So now, being a mother, what should I do now? Because I'm in a trouble. She's
Yes.
not talking. She's not taking any advice. She doesn't want to listen. She's at her own pace.
See, if I'm not wrong, you mentioned that after the breakup, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So see, after a breakup, emotional breakdown is there. So she is not ready to take any kind of advice, whether it's right or wrong at this point of time. Please accept that. Maybe if you or anybody else in that space as well, if I am that space, for some time I don't want to listen anyone, I don't want to take any advice, because in India advice is free. This we accept that everybody will now sympathize with me. And nowadays, like we are like nowadays, whether it's a 25-year-old, 15-year-old, or 30-year-old, we all are very much knowledgeable nowadays from social media and from our friends or from internet, that we think that we don't want anyone. और क्या होगा यहाँ पे हर कोई मुझे sympathize करने आ जाएगा, and I don't want any sympathy. I am a strong person. I don't want anyone's sympathy. Now what happened? मम्मा क्या बोलेगी? मम्मा said कि देखो मैंने तो कहा था ना ऐसा मत करना. Now अब तुम्हें ही बुरा लगा, तुम्हें ही ये feel हुआ. Sorry, I'm using this Hindi
Hmm.
language because this is what I can directly give you the thing situation. So Abha, this is a normal thing that after a breakup, a person needs space. But what you can do is that you can, if she is not receiving your call, you just simply tell every single message to her till the time she is not listening to you or she is not picking your call. Ki whatever the name is,
Yeah.
see, I am always here for you. No matter what, I'm not going to ask you what happened. I'm not going to give you any advice, but I'm here. Whenever you feel comfortable, speak to me. I'm waiting for that day. And please, if you want, I will give you the same message in your personal message DM. And every single day till the time she will not picking your call or something, pass on this message. I believe me, if believe me, this will work. Or whatever message you want to, but don't give any advice right
No,
now.
Gunjan, I'm not giving any advice. Just I'm like sending her a message. Good morning. Can I come to you? Straightforward. No.
So try these things, that see, I'm not going to judge you. You are my daughter, you are a very strong daughter. I know you handle the situations very well. I'm here for you. Whenever you feel comfortable and want to talk about anything, whatever, just talk to me. I'm here. I'm always here. I'm waiting for your voice to
I
listen.
think I should wait for a time.
But you can pass these messages every single day.
Yeah, I'm passing every day. I'm passing. Every day I'm passing. She is replying or not. I'm not waiting. I'm passing.
Yeah. So now pass some more words, more positive, affirmative words, rather than only good morning or something. If you are doing so, ki I'm here for you. I'm not judging you, and I am not going to ask anything from you. See, why she is
See,
not talking to you? Because she is expecting these things. She is expecting that whenever she picks your call, you ask, क्या हुआ? ऐसा हुआ वैसा, बिकॉज ये अज्यूम शी अज्यूम दैट जब भी वो आपका कॉल उठाएगी तो आप यही सवाल पूछोगे, आप नहीं पूछ रहे, आई अंडरस्टैंड दिस, आई
Um,
अंडरस्टैंड, बट शी अज्यूम्ड, बीइंग अ चाइल्ड,
Yeah,
she assumed, so you have to make sure that she
I
will not
think
assume.
she is protecting herself.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
yeah,
Gunjan,
because people can ask so many questions and she create a aura, she create that line around her so that no one can enter into her space. I think that.
Yes, yes, exactly. That's why I'm telling na कि you have to give whatever possible questions she is expecting from you. Give answers. I'm here for you. I'm not judging you, and I'm not
I'm
going to
sorry
ask
to
any.
interrupt you, Gunjan.
Yeah.
There are other questions also. People have raised
Okay,
hands.
okay.
I'm so sorry to
Abha, can you
interrupt you.
connect with me
Yeah,
for
sure,
personally if
sure,
you
sure.
And
because it's a very long discussion and I don't want
Yeah,
to, this interrupt. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah, sure, sure. I'll
so
connect with you.
I'm so sorry, Avaji, because
No, no
there
issue,
are
no
others.
issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are running past the time also. So Mansi has written that we recently read this book, Emotional Agility. So what is your thoughts, your take on the difference between emotional agility and emotional intelligence?
Emotional intelligence, and the second word is emotional.
Agility.
Yeah. So, who asked this question? Mansi. Okay.
Yeah.
Mansi,
And
em-
after that, we have two more questions. So if you could just keep that in mind.
so Mansi, emotional intelligence and emotional agility. So, emotional agility makes you agile. Have you heard this word agile? That means ki you are easy to adopt the situation. You, for example, there's an anger situation, there's a frustrating situation, there's a stressful situation. You are agile. You can mold yourself. You convert yourself into the situation and fit yourself into the situation. That's called emotional agility. And emotional intelligence comes after that, that once you are into the situation, now how to handle that situation emotionally. That's called emotional intelligence. You cannot escape yourself from the situation. That makes you emotional agile person. How to handle that emotional intelligent that situation, that makes you emotionally intelligent person. Am I able to answer your question, Mansi? Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, Sunita.
So CA Shefali Doshi also has hand, but before that, someone named AA has been wanting to ask her question for quite some time. I'm not so sure whether they've left the session or they're still there.
It is Sunita, I am still here.
It is Abha Agrawal.
Yeah. So Bhavna,
I'm
if you want to ask your question.
Sunita, it's Aarti from Ahmedabad. I was AA. I renamed myself now.
Okay. Okay.
So I just wanted to share that as people were sharing that they get angry on their kids and how they face difficult controlling their anger and everything. It used to happen to me also a few months back. But what I did was that I just took pause. And it is said that when we control our breathing, we control our emotion. So I practice this technique for myself that whenever I used to get angry, I noticed that my right nostril was active and I was breathing very fast. So I just put a cotton in my right ear, and my left nostril becomes active, and I am able to compose myself, and I'm able to pacify myself very easily without doing anything. So this is something I practice to control my anger. So that's what I wanted to share. This is my technique to calm
If you can
myself.
come one more time as to in which nostril you put the ear or in which ear you put that cotton.
Uh, See, when we are angry, our right nostril is active mostly. Not mostly, it's every time active. Whenever we are experiencing any strong emotion like anger or distress or stress or anything that is in a negative, not negative form, but very a form which is very active, means which puts us in
Aggressive.
action. Yes,
Aggressive.
aggression. Yes, that's the correct word. Thank you. So whenever we are in an aggressive emotion, our right nostril is active. So I put cotton in the right ear.
Okay.
That
Okay.
activates my left nostril.
Okay.
Opposite
Great.
one.
Okay.
Okay.
Understood. Understood. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so it helps. I can
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
on
Breathing.
camera.
Breathing. Yeah.
So
Yes.
it
Yes. Yeah.
helps us control our breathing, and when the left nostril is active, we can easily calm ourselves because it's called Chandra Nadi.
Thank you, Aarti, for sharing this. This is the first thing mentioned in the PPT as well, the 5-second pause technique. And pause
Yes,
technique
yes.
really work. Whatever method you use, that you use the very correct method, the breathing method. So 5 count breathing is also like, ऐसे आप 5 times भी breathe
Yes,
करते हो,
that is
five
also
seconds,
controlling our breath.
5 seconds done, automatically you forgot what was the anger, and then you asking in yourself, okay, ho gaya. So
I remember one thing from my childhood. I used to learn karate, and my sir used to say, when this is gone, control this, and when this is gone, control this.
correct. And both are very interrelated to each other.
Yes,
So we
thank you
cannot
so
control
much.
both at the same time, but we can control one at a time.
One,
And breathing control karna is much easier than controlling your mind.
right.
That's why this breathing technique or pause technique every time works in every situation. That's what my takeaway from my journey as well. And thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Gunjan.
much, Aarti, for sharing this so that everybody understand that yes, this is a proven technique. No, thank you so
We've
much.
got Shafari also. She's raised her hand. So Shafari, do you have a question or do you want to share?
Yes, yes, I have already written over here in the chat that, like, everybody is experiencing issues with their kids, but then I face that issue with my mother, who is a senior citizen. She's 78 almost. And whenever I have to say something good for her health or it is in her interest and she doesn't listen, and then my BP gets higher, like, and what you are telling, that pause thing, I have heard this years back, but then when it comes to me, I just forget everything and my anger shoots up. So, what is to be like, what is the solution for this? Like, how to handle them?
Thanks, Shefali, for sharing this.
Because
We
ऐसा बोला जाता है ना कि senior citizens और kids दोनों,
yes,
like, they
exactly.
all are.
Yes. You bang on. I'm just about to say the same line what you have mentioned.
Yes,
That
yes.
kids and senior citizens are very कहते हैं ना कि बच्चे और बूढ़े बराबर होते हैं. Why? It's not about that they don't want to listen. See, kids के साथ we can say because their mind is just into a developing stage, so they don't understand everything. We assume that they understand, they should understand, but so we can understand that okay वो नहीं समझेंगे. But what about the elder one? We thought that जिन्होंने तो पूरी journey कर ली है, like the whole journey, and they face childhood, adulthood, and now this the phase. So इनको तो समझना चाहिए, right? But the mind works into a reverse direction, and the words say don't. When you say कि mama don't do this, it's not good for your health, that don't word is not fitting in their mind, honestly, and that's why make us frustrated. So what we can do in this situation, the way is the same method we use with our kids, ki try to avoid the word don't, and give them some storytelling approach, or like, okay, and accept if so, for example, if I say she needs to take a medicine in a day, for example, I'm just taking a hypothetical example.
Yes, very much. Yes.
And every time she has a stubborn attitude, no, I don't want to take the medicine, no, I don't want to take the medicine, for example, and you feel your BP shoot up because you know that how much important that medicine is for her. So next time try this technique. If she say I don't want to take the medicine, say yes. Try this technique. Say yes, okay, don't take, okay. Just because when you use this word na, she automatically, that her mind kicks up, ye kya bol rahi hai Shefali. Every day she scold me on not taking the medicine, and today she is saying like, okay, okay. So when you accept her words, see, when you accept her words कि it's okay, बाद में कहीं ना कहीं वो फिर आपको ट्वीक करके देना होगा, बट एट दैट मोमेंट, बिकॉज शी इज ऑल्सो इन टू हर हाई इमोशनल स्टेट एट दैट टाइम व्हेन शी सेड आई डोंट वांट टू टेक, बिकॉज उसका भी उनका भी माइंड में इमोशनल बहुत हैवी हो रहा है. तो उस टाइम को पॉज करने के लिए, उस टाइम को, अब जैसे यहाँ पे पॉज टेक्निक ना आपको उनकी तरफ शिफ्ट करनी पड़ेगी रादर देन टू योर पॉजिंग पॉज टेक्निक. उनको पॉज करने के लिए यू हैव टू से कि ओके ममा, if you don't like it, okay, we'll do something else, okay, we'll do something else. Just shift her mindset. It's not a one day job. Shift her mindset, and then after some time, just ask कि मम्मा आपको medicine लेने में इतना बुरा क्यों लगता है? Why you feel I don't want to take medicine and I'm not interested in this? आपको ऐसा क्यों लगता है? Just share with me. मे बी वो ऐसी कुछ चीज आपके साथ शेयर करे विच यू ऑल्सो फील कि हाँ यार, इनको रोज रोज अगर कोई मुझे रोज मेडिसिन दे तो मैं भी मना करूंगी. ओके, आई एम जस्ट टेकिंग दिस एग्जांपल एज ए मेडिसिन, क्योंकि दिस कैन बी एनी सिचुएशन एंड एप्लीकेबल टू ऑल सिचुएशंस.
मतलब get into the logical reason basically of their denying any particular thing.
Yeah. So when we ask, we usually forget to ask. This is our major problem. We usually forgot to ask with your children, with our peer-to-peer relation like husband relation, mother-in-law, father-in-law relations, or other sibling relations, and with our mother-father relations, कि हम पूछना भूल जाते हैं. बस डॉक्टर ने कहा है मेडिसिन लेनी है, आपको मेडिसिन लेनी है, नो इफ बट. हम उनसे पूछते ही नहीं है कि आपको क्यों नहीं लेनी है मेडिसिन, या आपको क्यों नहीं पसंद है ये, रीजन बताओ. Give us reason, and maybe when they share the reason with you, Shefali, you also realize कि it's okay. अभी नहीं लेने का मन है, जब आपका खुद का मन हो तो प्लीज ले लेना, क्योंकि आपके लिए अच्छी है. आप हेल्दी रहोगे तो मुझे अच्छा लगेगा, मैं हेल्दी फील करूंगी, हम साथ में ज्यादा टाइम स्पेंड कर पाएंगे. So try to tweak and give some positive signs rather than to just say कि no, you have to take medicine because it's good for your health. Getting my point, Shefali?
Yes, definitely. See, matlab, I should not deny the inputs from you, but yes, at times I follow this technique. And as you said, ask them the logical reason, and उसका एक ही reason होता है कि ये medicines body के लिए अच्छी नहीं है, तो हमेशा continue नहीं करनी होती है. So immediately, if she gets the result in 1 or 2 days, so after that she discontinues. But what happens is sometimes we are also in our own hyper state, like, we have to, we are juggling with so many things.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it is not that she is wrong. She may be right. But then for me, tackling this situation when I am also at a critical situation in my professional or personal life. So that is where things get difficult, to manage. Because क्या होता है, बच्चे लोग, चलो आप लोग जो बोलते हो, बच्चे लोग को ज्यादा से ज्यादा कभी कभी थप्पड़ भी मार सकते हैं. But that we cannot do with our parents, howsoever we are in anger mode or irritated mode, or howsoever we are overburdened.
So इस situation में देखो, आप बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हो. It's not with your mom problem. Okay, this is with, I think it's with everyone, including me. my mom has some knee issues and we tried every doctor, nook and corner, Ayurvedic and everything, and she was fed up with all कि अब मुझे कुछ भी नहीं करना है, तुम लोग कर लो जो करना है. See, so but the thing is कि when we here empathy comes in कि जब actually हमने उनका पूरा history देखा from last 6 months, we realize कि सच में यार कोई भी fed up हो सकता है. And similarly situation शेफाली कि if she wants result 2 or 3 days में नहीं होता तो she stop using medicine. So show her some videos or some stories कि देखो ऐसे होता है, या किसी और उनकी कोई if you know her any best friend जिसकी वो वही सेम चीज की जिसकी बात वो सुनती है, maybe she was not listening to you but she definitely listens someone.
ये
That's
होता है ना, ये होता है वो मतलब मेरे एज की सेम एज की उसकी मतलब शी विजिट्स अ टेम्पल रेगुलरली, तो वहां पे जो फ्रेंड्स है उसकी मेरे एज की, वो अगर वो लोग सेम चीज बोलेंगे ना, she'll readily listen to her inputs. And
simple है, फिर pass on your message from her through her.
no, so
तो
then
यहाँ
at that time I feel bad कि why she is not listening to me.
that's where our ego comes in. Sorry if I say so, pardon me, but it's here our ego comes in with our children as well and with our mother father as well कि मेरे में क्या कमी है कि वो मेरी बात नहीं सुन रहे हैं और दूसरों की बात सुन रहे हैं. आपने ये कहावत सुनी होगी, why I'm using these हिंदी वाले कहावत because it's completely fit in this kind of scenarios कि दूसरों की थाली में घी ज्यादा दिखता है. सुना है कभी ये वाला कहावत? if मतलब proverb items सुना है?
Yeah, grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah, same. The glass is greener, the grass is greener on the other side. Yeah. So this is so applicable here. And we want to become that grass, but unfortunately we are not. So आप कभी ये देखना कि somebody else mother listens you. ये भी होगा.
Okay.
ये भी होगा.
Okay.
Somebody else listen you. वो होता है ना घर, sorry I'm using again
घर की मुर्गी दाल बराबर.
So just absorb those things कि घर की मुर्गी दाल बराबर होती है. See, whatever you are currently listening me, I'm honestly, if I same situation में मैं अपने husband को बताऊं, मेरी मम्मी को बताऊं, मेरी मम्मी नहीं सुनेगी. तू तो लेक्चर देती है, देना अपने लेक्चर कहीं और अपने स्टूडेंट्स को देना, उनको देना, हम नहीं सुनेंगे. So I know it feels very bad, but this reality is this कि accept that कि अगर see what is your motive. Okay, try to put it in on a different phrase. What's your motive, Shefali? Her good health. Okay, whatever, be it from a doctor, be it from a your same age lady, a girl, or from another mother, anyone. But your first motive is not your ego. Your first motive is her good health. And if her good health is through them, then why not? You have to take the advantage.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
the
That's
advantage of this rather than to feel guilty. So
yes.
put
Yes. Right.
that way and take the advantage. Why to
Thank you so
pressurize
much.
yourself? Why to put yourself into so much of effort when she listens someone else? Find
Yeah,
out someone who listen to you. Then you feel good.
True. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for such a good discussion and sharing of thoughts, Gunjan. I'll ask Poonam to, if she's there for the vote of thanks. She mentioned she had a meeting that she had to attend. So I guess she's attending that on the call. So, and thank you everyone, the audience who actually sat into the session as well as took part and engaged in the conversation and made this a dialogue and a very constructive dialogue. I hope each one of us has taken some learnings from these conversations as well as the sharing that Gunjan has done. So Gunjan, before we call it a day, I'd just like to share with you a small token of our appreciation. You taking the time out and sharing your knowledge and your experiences with us. Just give me a second. not able to. I'm sorry, Gunjan, I'm having some problems. I can't open the file.
No
So
worries, no
uh,
worries. Thank
I'll
you
share
so
with
much.
you
Yeah,
our certificate of appreciation for the time that you've given and coming over here and spoken and shared your views on emotional intelligence.
thank you so much, and thanks a lot for this engaging interactive session. I have not imagined that this is so much of thing. I thought that okay, there's a session, but so many things I am able to. I hope that I'm able to answer, and so much of interaction. I'm feeling very blessed and grateful. Thanks a lot for having me. Thanks Friday Fleet. Thanks Sunita. Thanks Poonam and all other Friday Fleet members and all other who joined here today. Thanks a lot. Have a good weekend and take
Yes,
care.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great weekend and bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.